Hi, this is Countess, and welcome to today's session. Today we're going to talk about the best way possible for you to convert leads into customers. How does that sound? Now, I'd like you to let me know the struggles that you're having with marketing on most any type of aspect of marketing would be fine. Go ahead and ask your questions, and you can enter them in the Q&A box down at the bottom of your screen. If you don't see it, move your mouse down to the bottom, and that will reveal a black bar. And where you see me pointing with the arrow, that's where you'll find the Q&A and the chat box. And by the way, also let me know what city you are joining me from, okay? And raise your hand if you can hear me well. All right, this is a 20-minute version of a 90-minute session. So here is what I'm going to teach you in the next 20 minutes. It's how you can convert your leads into paying customers. This session is about peeling back the layers of your business to better understand where your opportunities lie so you can easily drive more customers and double the value of your existing customers. Sound a little fantastical? Well, it certainly isn't. What if we could identify the commonalities in the people who just survive? What if we could discover the patterns of success? What if we can find the formulas that make some people really successful? And what if I could make it easier for you? Well, that's what I'm going to do today. This is called Smart Client Management. All right, are you ready? Well, here we go. It's important to recognize that the signs that are most often seen in small businesses who are stuck in survival mode. The first thing you'll see is that we're almost always chasing the next deal. Our marketing is disjointed. It may be on again, off again, or spray and pray style marketing. And if you follow me at all, you know that spray and pray is not the way to go. And we don't have the confidence that our marketing plan will bring us a surplus of customers. Now, you may be experiencing one or more of those symptoms of survival marketing in your business. Hey, we've all been there. It's probably safe to say that every business has experienced this in various ways. Well, by way of introduction, my name is Countess. I've got 40 years as a marketer. That is hard to believe. Every time I say that, I'm like, really? Hey, I'm in my 20th year as an independent consultant, helping people of all businesses, all people of all types and businesses grow. And before that, I was a senior marketing executive at 3 Fortune 100 companies. My company is the Countess Group. What we do is we help businesses like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition. I know from seeing the names of those who are attending right now, quite a few of you already know me. I mentioned I've got over 40 years helping businesses, and many of those years were at big companies. Marriott, Motorola, where I spent over 20 years, and Caremark, which is now part of CVS. And what I did along the way, not only at those super big companies, but also over the last 20 years, helping small to medium-sized businesses, it's helping them understand how to target their marketing, how to do more lead generation, getting brand awareness, figuring out how to use marketing automation. That's still very new to a lot of businesses and a lot of entrepreneurs. And I spent a great deal of time in corporate communications and public relations, dealing with crises of all types. You know, the coronavirus or COVID-19, obviously we can put that in the crisis category. I've dealt with environmental issues, disaster relief, things in the workplace, credit card fraud, drug testing, and more. There are 9 stages in the customer life cycle. And most survivors focus on only 1 or 2 stages at a time. The goal today is not to make you perfect in every way. My goal is to help you find the biggest opportunities. And by the end of this short session, we're going to identify the top 3 things for you to attack first. You'll also learn how to come back over and over with your team to find the low-hanging fruit. So, let's take a look at the 9 stages of the customer lifecycle. And to do that, I introduce to you Mr. Scott Martineau.
Today we're going to talk about the way that most people market their small businesses. The typical customer life cycle is broken. In fact, this is one of the main reasons why so many small businesses fail just after they get started. So what I want to talk about is 3 specific areas of waste that we see happening in small businesses. And I want to offer up to you a framework that will allow you to recapture some of those lost opportunities and take your business to a new level. So the typical customer life cycle is kind of a 3-part approach where businesses go out and they engage in activities that will attract people to their business. You might have activities that you do online with your website where you're trying to drive traffic. You may have customers who are referring you, or you're trying to get word of mouth interest in your business, or you may have other direct advertising campaigns. All of that energy is to get interest in your business so that you can apply your sales process. You may have a very short sales process or a very long sales process, but you have some method that you use to acquire new customers. So let's say, as a little case study here, let's say that you spent $1,000 and about 10 hours of time in efforts trying to generate interest in your business, and that produced 100 leads, and that you converted 10% of those leads, so you created 10 new customers. That's kind of a typical flow that might happen. Well, what happens if you want to say, well, I'm not happy with 10 customers, I want to get 20. I want to double the number of customers that I'm getting. Well, usually where small businesses go, the levers they pull is they're going to come back over here and say, well, why don't I double the amount of money I'm spending or the amount of time? Or why don't I double my sales staff? Well, what I'm going to share with you today is that there are some options for doubling the number of customers that you're getting that will be far less expensive than just going around and starting to double things. So let's talk about some of those areas. The first big area of waste in small businesses is lost traffic. So how many of the people that are coming to your website today, or that are hearing about you through their friends or word of mouth, or responding to your direct advertising, how many of them are not ready to do business today? And so they just sort of leave, right? They come to your website and they leave, or they hear about you, then they forget about you, or whatever. Well, what if there was a way for us to capture the information of those people in a way that we could follow up so that when they are ready to move forward in the process, we're there and we're following up with them? We'll talk about that later, but this is the main area. Most people don't have a mechanism for that. Most businesses have a bunch of traffic either coming to their website or calling them on the phone or coming into their store, and they're not capturing it. They literally have traffic that is going straight into the trash can. So let's say we do capture a lead, and now they go into our sales process. Well, most businesses are awesome at closing up what they would call hot leads, right? These are our hotties. We do a great job. Nobody has a real problem with that. It's kind of a natural instinct. The problem is, if somebody's not a hot lead, most of the time they get labeled as a bad lead. Well, they're not a bad lead. They're just not ready to buy today. Because they're not ready to buy today when you need to make a sale or create sales, doesn't mean they're a bad lead. Now, granted, some of them are bad leads that are never going to buy. But the principle here is it takes up to 7 contacts before a consumer is ready to do business with you. They want to understand you. They want to have interactions with you before they're ready to do business. So it takes this amount of time. Well, the problem is most small businesses stop their follow-up between 2 and 3 follow-ups, which means you've done a little bit of the work, and what's likely going to happen is that prospective customer is going to now go off and do business with somebody else, or just forget about you altogether and never do business with anybody. So this is a significant problem and a major source of waste. Lost leads. What if we had a system and an approach for taking these leads that weren't hot today and taking them all the way through to the finish line? We'll talk about that. Okay, the third area of waste, this is a huge one, is we are literally losing customers. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means a couple different things. Sometimes a customer will just up and leave your business. They stop interacting with you and buying from you. And this is sad. Do you know the number one reason why people choose to leave one business in favor of another? You might think it's a massive customer service failure or they hate the product. No, actually, it's sad. It's really sad, especially for small business owners. 65% of people report that they leave one company over and go to another one because of indifference. In other words, why did you leave, company ABC? I don't know. It just didn't. Well, what that means is we have not done the work to make sure that every new customer knows we love them and we care about them and they're getting great service. And that is an easy problem to solve. It is a travesty that small businesses are losing so many customers. It's not just repeat sales, it's also referrals. A lot of the word of mouth that brings new people in happens because we nail it for our customers. So these are the three distinct areas of waste that may be happening in your business: lost traffic, lost leads, and lost customers. So instead of just implementing the typical customer lifecycle in your business, let's turn that into the ideal customer lifecycle. Lifecycle marketing is a framework that we created at Infusionsoft to help you do exactly that, to get rid of the waste that we've talked about, the wasted traffic, wasted leads, and wasted customers. There are three distinct phases inside of lifecycle marketing: your system of attracting new people to your business, your system of selling, and your system of wowing. So the first phase of lifecycle marketing is the attract phase. And there are three components to this. The first thing that we're going to help you to do is we're going to help you identify who your target market is. Who are the best customers? Who are the people that you should be out attracting? You might look at the customers you've already attracted and see what the commonalities are among them. We're going to get really clear about who we're targeting. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to make a little bit of a shift to the way we attract interest to make sure that we're not losing out on the traffic. And so what we'll do is this. We'll help you identify places where you can go and find people that are your targets. But rather than just letting go of them if they're not ready to move forward, we're going to use this tool we call a lead magnet. That's why we've got it drawn up here. The lead magnet is a thing that you create that has a lot of value for your target market. And we're going to offer that to them in exchange for them giving you their contact information. So you're going to collect a lead in exchange for this. So that might look like a web form that shows up on a lead capture form that shows up on your website where you capture somebody's name and email address and possibly their phone number. Okay? So now we make sure that we're not just having people come to our website and then go into the trash bin. That's the very high level overview of the attract phase. Then we move on into the sell phase of lifecycle marketing. So this is where we're going to help you to avoid losing leads that we've been losing before. So we're going to have a system of follow-up that specifically focuses on those leads that aren't hot and aren't ready to buy today. Here's what that might look like. What that might look like is we create together an automatic follow-up system where we've just captured a lead. Now we're going to send that person a new email or an email to follow up with them, followed by potentially a phone call that might go out by you or one of your salespeople. Maybe another email goes out. We can do things like SMS messaging. And the whole goal of all of this is to create those interactions. Remember we talked about the 7 contacts that are necessary? We're going to create that system in your business so that like clockwork, you know that every new lead that comes in is getting the follow-up that they need to be turned into a customer. Now, it's not reasonable to think that we're going to convert everybody just because we start to follow up with them. Some people just aren't ready to buy today. So we'll have another approach for longer term nurture where we'll continue to stay in touch with these people over time in a longer term nurture program. But all of this, the goal of this is to turn more of these leads that have been just going into the trash can into customers. Now, what are we going to do for all the new customers? Well, we want to make dang sure that every single brand new customer that comes into your business is wowed. That's why we call this phase of lifecycle marketing wow. So we're going to make sure that like clockwork, we have a new customer wowing process. That might also look like some follow-up. We're going to lay the love on thick and have a series of automatic follow-ups that go out. In this case, we might send them a direct mail package. They're a brand new customer. It might make sense to send them a gift. We're going to send them emails and follow up and make sure that they know that we love them. And then we're going to not just stop there. We're going to have ongoing follow-up systems in place as well. Now, all of this obviously is going to create a customer that buys more, but we also have specific systems that we can put in place that will help you to collect more referrals, because that's one of the main elements of the wow phase is getting referrals. So lifecycle marketing is a system that will help you to annihilate these areas of waste in your business, and to have in place, we're going to fill this entire system that makes it so that you have a business that is literally going to the next level automatically. So this is what lifecycle marketing might look like in your business. Now, you might be sitting there and saying, Scott, cool, but number one, where am I going to learn how to do all this stuff? And where am I going to find the time to implement all of these things? Well, the good news is that is why we exist at Infusionsoft. We've been doing this for 13 years, and we've helped thousands of small business owners to implement lifecycle marketing. We know what works, we know what doesn't work, and we're here to help. The other thing is our software, our technology is built specifically to help make this process right here be something you don't have to think about. Our technology allows us to be completely automated, which means all of these things happen automatically without you having to think about it. And we'd love to help you with that. I want you to stop before we close today and ask yourself this question. What would it be worth in my business if I had a system that completely eliminated all of these trash cans? I knew that everybody that was coming to my website, I was offering something of value to capture those leads. They weren't just bouncing off. And all the leads that I have today were being followed up with systematically, like clockwork, to be turned into customers. And that every new customer felt the love, and they were being wowed, and they were giving us referrals. What would that be worth to you and your business? We want to help you and your business succeed. That is why we exist.
Thank you, Scott. I always enjoy seeing and hearing Scott, and always put his stuff to work for our clients. These are the 9 stages of the customer lifestyle: target, attract interest, collect leads, educate, offer, close, deliver and wow, offer more, and then get referrals. What you saw during Scott's portion of this webinar were the most important things to tackle. Here's what I want you to be thinking about. Thriving businesses understand their customers. A common mistake is to say, I'm for everyone. And that's not how success is created. Success requires focus and understanding. Some things to consider include understanding their basic characteristics, also known as demographics for consumers or firmographics for businesses. Hey, what pains, problems, and challenges do you help customers solve? What benefits do they seek? Not product features, but rather, what are they aspiring to in their life or business? Why do they buy from you? And what are their most common objections? And finally, it's also critical to best understand who your target customer is not. Think about this. The right magnet consists of the right message, a message that is aligned to the real problems and aspirations of your ideal customer. How many more visitors could you attract with the right magnets? All right, let's go to the next stage. Again, I want you to think about the number of leads that you have slipping through the cracks because of gaps in how you're collecting leads. This is important work, right? Now we move on to the educate stage. And how do clients buy from you? Is it online, in person, or with a sales rep? Go ahead and take a minute to write that down and be fairly specific. I'll give you a second to do that. Think about this. Is there an easy way for them to buy from you? And also write down why or why not. Go ahead and take a second to do that. Next question, how can you make buying from you easier? Take a few minutes for this, but be specific. Make sure that you write down how you can make buying from you easier. These are kind of tough questions sometimes, but give it careful thought and it will reveal a world of opportunity for you. And considering all that we've gone over in the educate, offer, and close stages, what are the top 2 to 3 things that you can do to improve your sales cycle. Now remember, this is only a 20-minute version of a 90-minute full workshop. And if you're interested in the full workshop, send me an email, let me know that. And let's go ahead and get something on the calendar to help you really get through this process. Because once you've got it down, you'll see a world of opportunity open up. Now, here's a question for you. What are 5 things that you can do to wow your clients during the first 30 days of your relationship with them? 5 things that you can do to wow your clients during the first 30 days. And then, what are 5 things that you can do to continue to wow your clients after the first 30 days? It's an interesting process, isn't it? So listen, now that we've gone through each of the 9 stages of the customer life cycle as they relate to your business, you should now be equipped to begin to take the next steps. While life cycle marketing is a powerful approach to better understanding where opportunity lies in your business, it's important to start simple and maintain momentum through continuous refinement of how you see your ideal customer's life cycle. And this is the part where indecision can eat you alive. And it will every time. But you've got to ante up and place your bet, regardless of the hand you've been dealt. Start with the stages that are closest to cash, meaning they will produce the fastest potential returns. And once again, this is a 20-minute version of a 90-minute workshop. If you're interested in learning more, or if you'd like to learn more about our Marketing Made Easy class, I'll give you some details on that in just a minute. My question for you, though, is what will your 2020 look like if you don't do anything different than you did last year? If you're lucky, you'll repeat what you did last year, meaning because of the current economic environment, for many businesses, sales have tailed off. And this is an easy way to give yourself rocket fuel to build your business back up. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Well, take action. Here's one thing you could do right away. I've got a Wow My Clients worksheet, 50 ways that you can wow your clients. There are more ideas in a worksheet that I can send to you. Email me a request for a copy. I'm happy to send it to you. Hey, there are 3 things that I want you to do this week. Number 1 is take a look at your marketing. Look at what you've been doing so far, and then take what you've learned during this session. Ask yourself, is your current marketing delivering the results that you need to succeed? Action item number 2 is schedule a consultation with me. Go ahead and sign up. Use our website, thecountessgroup.com. Just click the button to schedule time with me and sign up for our other events as well. Action item number 3. I mentioned our Marketing Made Easy class. You can find details about it at thecountessgroup.com/easy. Hey, if marketing isn't something you do every day, or maybe you do it every day and you're not sure that you're keeping your skills totally up to date, then join me for the Marketing Made Easy membership club. That's something we're doing every week. It's a call that's limited to just a few people. So you'll join for a monthly membership fee with no contracts. Every week, we will talk about automation, emails, social media, websites, you name it, anything related to marketing. And I also welcome suggestions. So as a member, you'll be able to not only access this entire group of people that join, but also you'll have weekly access to me live, and I'll be providing weekly downloads, and you'll have a private place on the web where you can download the content that you see during these calls. So join me. It's the Marketing Made Easy marketing group, and you can find more information on our website. Check out the URL below. And other ways to grow your business are to automate those ways to grow your business. You can use CRM software like Keep to organize all your client info. You can always follow up automatically. Close more leads, automate your daily work, get paid, and impress your clients. And you can get a free 14-day trial of Keep and other software on our website. Go to thecountessgroup.com/offers. Okay, we're getting ready to go into Q&A. Once again, here's where the Q&A button is. Go ahead and move your mouse down to the bottom of the screen. If you don't see that toolbar, just move your mouse down there. A black bar will appear. And go ahead and use the question box, Q&A, or the chat box. And by the way, if you joined us late and you didn't let me know what city you're joining us from, go ahead and let me know that in the chat box. My name's Ken Countess. I'm Managing Director of the Countess Group. We help businesses just like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition by doing targeted marketing campaigns. And we can help you with just about anything you need to market your business. Strategic marketing and communications, executive coaching and workshops, email marketing, social media, marketing automation, you name it, we can help you with it. Why would you hire us? It's because we're a team of over 30 people with over 40 years of experience. We can coach you, we can do it for you, but make sure you take the time to absorb and practice what you've seen today, and call me if you have any questions. We'll all get through this challenging time by working together. All right, let's go to Q&A. And by the way, make sure that you check out our website where you can find replays, you can find a list of upcoming events, you can get free software trials, you can schedule consultations with me, and more. And connect with me on social media. We're everywhere you are. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. All right, so make sure you connect with us on our pages, like our pages. And here's my ask. Not only like my social pages, but share my emails and my social posts as well, because that will not only give us visibility, of course, but give you more credibility as someone who has found a resource that you can share, people that are available to help you and your clients, your friends, your customers, your family, growing your businesses. And hey, by the way, join me for another webinar. You can sign up for as many as you like at thecountessgroup.com/events. Thanks for joining me.